Welcome to Srihari's lessons. Hope you enjoy your time here. Continue listening and supporting. Hello friends, let us discuss about expense management in this video. Hope you have seen previous videos and keeping continuity. In income management, we mentioned the goal of personal finance management is to become wealthy and rich. What does that mean? What is the meaning of wealthy and rich? As per my belief and understanding, the first step or basic requirement of being wealthy and rich is to become financially independent. That means you are not depending on anything or anyone for meeting and fulfilling your financial needs. This in itself is difficult to put in words and understand. There is a psychology theory called Maslow's theory, MASLOW theory on hierarchy of needs. This was a theory proposed by an US psychologist, Abraham Maslow, long ago, say in 1940s. Let us dwell a little on this theory. You can find about this theory with a simple Google search. Let me try to put my understanding of this theory in a nutshell. The theory tries to define the motivation or driving force that leads to actions of humans. Each human does things in their life only based on their needs. As per that theory, the needs are classified into 5 categories, put up in a pyramid form. They are physiological needs, safety needs, love and belongingness needs, esteem needs, self-actualization needs. The theory puts food, water, shelter as physiological needs, security, health as safety needs, family, friends, intimacy as love and belongingness needs, self-respect, self-esteem, recognition as esteem needs, reaching full self-potential or self-satisfaction as self-actualization needs. This theory is one of the most enduring contributions in psychology and has been subject to a lot of further inferences and even criticisms. After some time, 2 more further levels have been added to the pyramid. They are cognitive needs and aesthetic needs. Creativity, foresight, curiosity for answers or information, etc. have been put as cognitive needs. Beautifying oneself or trying to have beauty around oneself is put as aesthetic needs. One should remember this is drawn by a US person who lived in US and will have a lot of American cultural influence on this. According to me, it is not hard structured or hard built as mentioned in this theory. It is not like something inscribed on stone. We need to take the concept of this theory and customize this for different scenarios. For each individual, the needs will differ and those can be structured or classified into a pyramid form. So we need to understand the needs of each individual at different points of time and identify the driving factors or motivation to enable, enhance and refine one's actions and reactions. Human needs are the primary driver for human actions and reactions. Human actions and reactions are what have led us to where we are today in history of Earth. Each invention, discovery, development or war, destruction, catastrophes are all a result of this. There are a section of people who say even natural calamities are the result of human actions and reactions. Just wanted to say this here, although this will not have much relevance to our topic of discussion. Another perspective from this is that humans never do anything without purpose of achieving something. The different categories of such purposes are what have been put into different levels in the pyramid. Let us come back to being financially independent. All of us need so many things in life, starting from basic needs of food, clothing, shelter, there are so many things we need on a day-to-day basis at different stages of life. As we often say, each individual is different. Therefore, the needs of each individual also will be different. Depending on the needs of each individual, they have to plan their finances and work their life. In olden days, trade was happening through barter system where one commodity will be exchanged for another. Later, gold was used as a medium of exchange in trade. In today's economic world, we need money to meet all these needs. We should have enough money to meet all our needs. As an individual or a family or a group of individuals, we have to first define and structure the needs. One has to understand their needs based on the circumstances they are living in. We have discussed earlier, there are enough diversities among humans based on social, economic, geographical or any such status. Needs will be different. This can be put in a single word as lifestyle or way of life. Objective is to keep improving and increasing our lifestyle, right? One has to make a pyramid of needs to classify them as more important or less important. Based on the same, we need to keep going higher in the pyramid to meet all the needs. I am saying a few words in English now. Need, wish, want, desire, aspiration, dream. Okay, all these are more or less of the same meaning. They mean the same thing, more or less. But you can understand there is a slight difference in the meaning, which basically can be considered as different levels of pyramid. These levels and components of each level have to be structured for each individual and cannot be generalized. If a general example is needed, we can just look at Maslow's pyramid. If there is a person struggling for even food, getting food every day, their first purpose of having money should be to get regular food. For another person who is getting food regularly, their purpose shall be something different or maybe something higher. Even ultra-rich people in the world have their own needs for which they have to work for, and they will have their own pyramid. Spending decisions are based on hierarchy of pyramid depending on how much money you have. Therefore, it should be understood that the classification levels of the needs depends on one's income level and financial status. As you grow your income, you go towards meeting higher needs. The income and expenses are so interconnected that one will always overlap with another. Let us continue in next part. Welcome to Srihari's lessons. Hope you enjoy your time here. Continue listening and supporting.